Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be going over Marilyn Monroe's natal chart. It's really spectacular because it literally reads like a myth. The girl, the persona, the predators, and love that slipped through her fingers. She was loved, but she never felt truly safe in it. So when you see the asteroids, it's like the universe wrote her tragedy in advance. And I use asteroids because it really adds to the whole story. Now, she has the asteroid Baker, which is her given name, and it's conjuncting her north node. This is her destiny, and her destiny is tied to her past. Her identity struggle is the theme of her entire life, so she can never escape being Norma Jean Baker. She also has Pluto conjuncting her north node in Cancer. So her destiny was never light. Her life path, her theme was transformation through emotional survival, love, loss, and power. Now, her sun doesn't just carry her light, it carries her name and her wound. The Marilyn asteroid is conjuncting her sun, which means her persona wasn't a role, it was her life force. She didn't step into Marilyn Monroe the way an actress steps into a character. She was Marilyn the moment she came into this world, long before Hollywood stamped it on a contract. And the Lamb asteroid is there too. It's right on her sun, giving her core, her identity, this softness and innocence that everyone felt the second that she walked into a room. It's the symbol of beauty that feels heavenly and hunted at the same time. She was built with this childlike purity in her center, and the world could sense it and also took advantage of it. And that has to do with the Lamb asteroid. But Marilyn and Lamb together show a woman whose essence was luminous and unprotected. A soul that glowed too brightly without armor. And it's why people adored her, desired her, and broke her at the same time. So she wasn't performing vulnerability. She was living it. The myth and the sacrifice were written into her identity from the very start. Now let's look at what fame did to her. Norma and Electco asteroids are sitting on her midheaven. This tells the whole story of Marilyn's public life without a single planet needed. Norma is the girl that she was before the world renamed her. The vulnerable self that never disappeared no matter how big the myth got. And Electco is the fury, the relentless pressure that chased her onto the stage and never let her breathe. Together on the midheaven, they show a woman whose true self was always exposed and always punished for it because of Electco. So the world didn't just watch her, it pursued her, it judged her, and her career wasn't just fame. It was a spotlight that burned, and Norma was the soul the public kept projecting onto her, and Electco was the cost of being seen. That's why she became an icon and a tragedy in the same breath. Her legacy is the girl and the fury fused into one. Norma Jean became Marilyn Monroe, but Norma Jean never left the stage. That's why she always looked fragile in public. Now, the asteroid Hermione conjuncts her Mercury in the 10th house. And this gives her that uncanny, almost magical mind for performance and image. Hermione isn't the witch with a wand. She's the girl who knows the spell before anyone else even opens the book. So when this asteroid conjuncts Marilyn's Mercury, the planet of voice, thought, and communication, you get someone who feels enchanted to the public. And in the 10th house, this becomes her public identity. So the world didn't just see a blonde bombshell. They saw someone who felt touched by something otherworldly, as if she had a spark that no one could copy. And Hermione here is the whisper of magic woven into her destiny. Now, the most brutal part of Marilyn's chart isn't even the fame. It's the relationship story. Marilyn's moon is in Aquarius, in the 7th house. So relationships weren't just a part of her life, they were her emotional reality. Aquarius made her crave freedom and space, but the 7th house moon still needs connection. So there's this constant contradiction. She looks cool and untouchable, but deep down, she wants someone to truly choose her. And her moon, her moon conjuncts her descendant, which makes her relationship magnetic. People projected onto her. Men felt entitled to her softness, and the wrong ones thought she'd be easy to access because Aquarius moon on the descendant can give this sort of vibe. The cool girl vibe, safe girl, non-demanding, I won't trap you. But add moon conjunct Jupiter in the 7th, and she falls in love like it's destiny, like it's a promise from the universe. Jupiter makes everything bigger. And in the 7th house, that bigness shows up through her partners. So she doesn't attract ordinary men. She attracts larger-than-life men, the powerful ones, the famous ones, the ones who have influence. Now, her moon conjuncts Thisbe in the 7th house, and Thisbe is the signature of love that never quite arrives. It's the longing, the distance, the relationships that feel fated but never really safe. So for Marilyn, this wasn't fairy tale romance. It was the emotional script of wanting connection and always losing it to timing, pressure, or the world interfering in her life. Now she has Venus conjunct Phaedra and Actor in the 9th house. And this means that her desirability became something the world moralized and judged. And she got cast into the role of the forbidden woman, where love and sex weren't just personal, they became a storyline of taboo, shame, and punishment. And with Chiron touching her Venus, love never came without pain. Every relationship had a bruise. Every romance came with fallout. And she lived inside the Phaedra script, where beauty is adored, punished, and misunderstood in the same breath. Phaedra is the myth of forbidden desire that turns into tragedy. It's the storyline where a woman wants what she's not supposed to want. She gets rejected, and the shame spirals into lies, accusations, and reputation ruin. Phaedra is desire becoming punishment. That's the energies of this asteroid. And now I'm going to get to the darkest part of the chart. Why she became prey. She has prey, that asteroid, on her south node, and this explains why Marilyn attracted takers. People sensed that she was soft, usable, easy to wound. And in the sixth house, it shows up through work and health. And it's the daily reality of being exploited. And these predators, they didn't ask, they just took. And they preyed on her. It wasn't because she was weak, it was because she was unguarded. And once you see prey on the south node, the Neptune first house asteroid cluster makes even more sense because her entire aura was a magnet for projection, fantasy, and exploitation. Neptune sits in the first house, clustered with Proserpina, Deianira, Ceres, Tisiphone, and the Kennedy asteroid. And this is where her legend is born. Neptune in the first is the glamour. It's the glamour, the fog, the shimmer around her that everyone could see, but no one could truly hold. Proserpina pulls her into the underworld, and Deianira makes her the woman victimized by love, which is Ceres, and Ceres shows the hunger for nurturing that never arrived. And Tisiphone here, it brings the punishment that always circles back. This is why the world saw her as a dream, while she lived inside a nightmare, and why powerful men could step into her story so easily. That whole cluster is the spell that she cast without meaning to, and the spell that cost her everything. And she has the asteroid Queen conjuncting Uranus, 0 degrees, in Pisces, in the 8th house. That's a crowned goddess signature. Iconic feminine power mixed with chaos, obsession, and men projecting fantasy onto her like she isn't even human. She attracts intense taboo attention, and she lives in a fog where men project fantasies, and her life changes suddenly, dramatically, and destructively. So when people say Marilyn was just a Hollywood icon, they're missing the real story here. This chart shows that she wasn't just admired. She was consumed, and that's why her name still feels alive, because she didn't just become famous, she became a crowned myth because of the Queen asteroid here. So that's all I have today. I hope you enjoyed this interpretation, and I'm going to be back with more charts. And so hit the subscribe button to stay in the orbit, and please like and share to support my channel. Have a great day.